Elliott good with a PAT. And the rout is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So we've reached halftime here. We now proceed to the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Myles Garrett in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
He'll drop to throw. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up third down.
I think someone's going to get in the QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On play action, they'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right. He's got a man complete. How did he stay on his feet? And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Rashawn Perriman, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles are pouring it on. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Elliott now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. New York set to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Von Miller in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. Second and 19.
Lucky 56.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham, 91 yards. And it's for pride now, but the Giants do get a bit closer. Santos able to tack on the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads will be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19.
Check 26, check 26. I got it. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Show it. Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Now back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
No.
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Again, they run with Gurley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. They run with it. It's Kelly. Kelly stripped. The ball is free.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run with Kelly. And an alley to run. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Leopard! Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Hot! Hot!
They'll look to throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
He'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I've never returned punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught at the 8. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there of 20 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Second and goal from inside the 5. Back to throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? They come out here in the I. Kelly, third and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Here's Kelly on fourth down. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. John Kelly with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles continue to roll. Elliott on for the extra point. Elliott good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And an alley to run. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. Makes it manageable now.
The Giants on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
No. Check. Patriot. Hot.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. Jay Gruden's guys unable to convert on 4th down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. Been a very strong performance for them really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
That factored in. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Giants. Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Giants gain a bit of respectability.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
He'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for Philly. 46 yards. First and goal, Kelly. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
He'll get it up the middle. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The Eagles on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is third and goal. They'll try and run for it with Kelly. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Von Miller in there for a milestone sack as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Andre Howe. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Giants. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll try and run forward Barkley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
4 down, 4 down.
They get it to him running left. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Philadelphia, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head home next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.
Juke to the left, they dodging it.